Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So Snake Eyes, new archetype again, was revealed a couple of days ago and it has some great synergy with Infernoids. It has been a while, Infernoids. It kind of vanished from the format, I guess both TCG and OCG by the time we lost. I guess grass looks greener, right? A couple of years ago. What was it, 2017-ish? Somewhere like that. So 40 cards sharp. Obviously you want to keep the deck as consistent as possible. I prefer going second. Obviously, you know, you can capitalize on the Infernoids extras. You know, again, I'm not too familiar with the names, but you know, pop monsters, pop back row with the low level monsters plus potential big boys like Devianart, Onunku, you know, your bosses to potentially clean the back row or clean the entire field. Plus, and that's I believe the biggest power card of Infernoids is that, as you know, they have a Shadow Fusion alike continuous spell. Send itself, and that's a small problem. You know, your opponent can interrupt with Cyclone or stuff like that. So that's why this build is going second. And that's where the new Snake Eyes cards come into play, especially with the new Tainted cards as well. Do you know, Surge, that level 7 spellcaster, right? You know the deal. The one of Kurikara, because again, it's searchable off of your Snake Eyes engine, at least, you know, the blue one, XL, I believe the name is. And here in this case, again, there is one monster from the extra deck summoned on my opponent's side of the field. So again, as you know, I can use, what is it, up to 6 cards, I guess, from my main deck for the fusion summon of Tierra. And, you know, you can just link it away eventually to potentially clean up or, you know, give you more zones, right, to not get nuked by the level restriction of Infernoids. I like the small engine of Diabolister. I feel she's just fine as a one-off, maybe even a two-off. You know, the Bestial's kind of hurt, but the Rota spell from Diabolister is pretty good. Gives you a potential +1 after, you know, with the graveyard effect. And you can also get the level 7 spellcaster back from the graveyard. So I feel it's just fine to run the search spell as a, you know, 3-off, but the spellcaster as a 1-off. And then, of course, the Hero Lives card to search, you know, special summon one of the Snake Eyes, for example, or even Decatron. As you know, Decatron is at level on fire. So that's why, you know, both archetypes, or the 3 archetypes, mix well together. So again, going second. And again, a pretty okay hand. Already have that, what is it, Void? Is it Vanishment? You know, the continuous spell, discard. Is it send or discard? I think it's discard. Yeah, discard. So it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work with the Snake Eyes boss. You know, keep in mind the Snake Eyes boss does work when it's like sent to the graveyard from either field or hand. So let's say used for a link summon, or sent to the graveyard off of your level 7 spellcaster. That also works. Thing is that you need to fuel those level 1s in the graveyard. So Dark Ruler equalizes the playing field. Otherwise, no chance. So try, and that's cool, right? Decatron, you know, sends either the level 4 or maybe Onunku or Devianart, you know, it depends. So it definitely forces out an interruption. And here Anima actually works well with the deck because Anima, you know, Thousand Eyes Restrict like puts a monster face up in your spell and trap card zone. So it could potentially be special summoned off of your Snake Eyes boss. But I mean, you know, you need some engine to get those level 7s to the field, Snake Eyes to the field. So I guess sacrificing it is also fine. So use Tierra. Again, no interruptions. So, you know, sending a couple of entities from my extra deck to the graveyard. I believe 3 of them. Yeah, the maximum amount. And I can just clean the entire board. No damage because of Dark Ruler no more. But again, full control of the duel. Use the Snake Eyes boss to put one of my opponent's graveyards or monsters in their graveyard to their spell and trap card zone. And then immediately during their turn draw phase, I can special summon that monster. So in this case, it was a Fenrir. Basically just extra interruptions, right? So that's something I definitely like. I use I lose Tierra here, which is fine. I was running at some point double Diabolister, eventually dropped her down to 1, but again, you can use her for like a link summon here. She won't get her effect, sadly, because she only gets her special summoning effect during her opponent's turn, so that's a small bummer, at least when she's sent to the graveyard. So anyway, tutor out those level 1s, potentially reborning Kurikara or reborning Decatron, again, depending on which fire monster you, you know, want to have, right? This one going first, and again, as I mentioned before, you definitely want to go second to again capitalize on the Infernoid monsters. I mean, the beneficial effects, capitalize on the potential Shadow Fusion, alike card, etc. So it speaks for itself. Then again, if going first, I think, you know, potentially ending on the boss here, which could potentially quick tribute the at least level 1 to special summon another boss from the deck that triggers, you know, reborning 2 level 1s. Plus, of course, the Void Feast, that's why it's there, just fine as a one-off. And as you know, like, Void Feast can, you know, special summon both Decatron and one of the, what is it, level 6, I believe, Infernoids from the deck. So, you know, more interruptions, basically. I do like that the Snake Eyes do give you more follow-up plays for next turn. Again, as soon as your boss leaves the field, reborn 2 level 2s. That can be Decatron, that can be Excel to search something else. So that's something I definitely like. So at this point, it doesn't really look too good. Again, Shizuku for another surge, being Widow Anchor. I get a draw, Dark Ruler, that's not going to save me. So I try to use the effect. Sadly, the third one, the copy, was in my hand. Try to equip Shizuku, I believe. That gets Veiled. So use my normal summon for Orc, reborning something, or get another level 1 from my grave back to the hand. And, you know, keep pumping out stuff. Reborn double level 2, Surge Decatron, since... no, I already used my normal summon, but again, it's basically an extra Infernoid, here in this case, an extra Infernoid name. This was a nice top deck, Diabolister top deck, which searches the hero list for Snake Eyes, and again, that gets out Decatron, really cool, you know, you can eventually clean the entire board. This is why I like the Rota, and draw Void Vanishment. Sadly, no card to discard, otherwise it would have been a fantastic top deck. So double attack with a Tondel, I believe the name is, and Unicorn, but again, no follow-up plays after that. Advantage though is that the Infernoids do have a good matchup against Sky Strikers to, you know, banish Ray from the graveyard, right? Problem here is that Sky Strikers just does have so much fuel left. Linkage for Shizuku. Rose is also in the graveyard, so yeah, the attack is, I guess, doubled. Is it doubled? Doubled the attack? Or no, 1,000 extra, yeah. So I think this is my only play. Go for the extra, you know, deck summon, go for Sierra. Problem, and that's the big problem, is that if you use Vanishment, you know, to search the Shadow Fusion, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except Infernoids. So this kind of blocked my Link 1 play, and potentially, you know, Deviati, Onunku, or, well, not both, but you know what I mean, a Tondel plus Deviati for more negation. So that was a problem. That's a huge hinder for the deck, because it locks you into that. So next one, again, going second, preferably going second. Again, a good opening hand. Something to pop the back row, one of your normal summons being either Excel, this one, or, you know, your Decatron. Decatron might be preferred simply because it would potentially force out an already negation. Depends, right? You have the Rota spell plus Shadow Fusion, so that's fine. So let's see, any form of interruptions, disruptions, use the Diabolister, try to search the Hero Lives card for Snake Eyes. Decatron in the graveyard, again, because it was used as a discard fodder, run into the, I think we knew that was there. So we can extend, hopefully, you know, forcing out Baron, so I can use that Infernoid Shadow Fusion. So normal summon the XL, try to get a search, get Ashed, and this should indeed force out Baron. So many interruptions, and then we can reveal our last card, which is indeed that big fusion spell. Get Tiara on field. I'm not locked into fusions, or at least, you know, Infernoid summons, so I can link in the way, I guess, and, you know, end on a pretty sick board. One monster negation once per turn, plus, you know, graveyard disruption, which definitely helps against something like the Tennis, right? So no top deck, and this is indeed more than enough to attack for the game. So really cool, and that's why, again, this deck has power, especially going second, using that big fusion spell, plus, you know, interruptions, blowouts like, you know, Dark Ruler, etc. So last example, I think, Tournament, yep. Again, an okay opening hand. Already have the potential Impern for maybe Rule Carols. Let's see. I do... okay. Yeah. Because we know there is the one Polymerization, which is not live at the moment. So I was like, let's go for Imper. Small, risky play, but it kind of, you know, made sense, I think. Redoer, though, could be a problem. So... Redoer being activated, which, you know, triggers a potential fusion summon, but Decatron sending Deviati negates the monster effect, tributing itself, and now I can start establishing my board. I believe we know the set is the effect negator on, right? The trap. So yeah, again, I can keep extending, go for the level 1 that reborns, like Decatron, again, use Decatron once again. not once per turn. Go for Omega. Okay, there were a couple of options, but I think going for Omega was the better move. And again, yeah, this could potentially open up Devianart as well. So let's see, go for Void Feast search. Yep, there it is. I have at least one monster negation plus Void Feast for, well, depends, right? What am I going for? Okay, one Decatron, which does trigger, okay. Heaviness is cool. There was no reason to negate Heaviness, right? I have one DD Crow effect plus a monster negation, and that should be enough. Draw the Searcher, so that's fine. Get Diabolister back again, special summon into the field, and this, you know, like this small engine of Diabolister, like opens up so many potential plays. Surge the Extender. I can tribute the blue one to go for the big boy, potentially equip Heaviness, right? Or, you know, like whatever, send it to the graveyard to reborn another 2 level 2s, level 1s, right? So it's really cool. It really works out together. So that's really, really fun. So, yep, feel free to leave, you know, suggestions for the builds. Definitely eager to hear them. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave them signing out. Peace.